What is happening, gamers? This is Bradley, and something that may be of some interest is that back in August, Nintendo renewed the trademark for Metroid Prime, which in actuality might not turn out to be anything significant. It could just be that Nintendo's trying to protect the name of the series, but on the other hand, maybe it's a hint at something. Now, I believe that the last Metroid game that came out was Metroid Prime Trilogy, which was 4 years ago, but that was basically just a bundle of fours. So the last actual real Metroid game that we saw was Metroid Prime Corruption, which is about 6 years ago. So it is about time that we've seen a new Metroid game. There have been some hints that a new Metroid game might be in development because Reggie Fils-aime was wearing a Metroid pin at the VGX Awards, and when he was asked if we would be seeing a new Metroid game, it seemed like he was about to say of course, but then he switched gears and said something else. And then when the Retro Studio guy was asked if they had two separate dev teams at the studio, he wouldn't confirm or deny that that was so. And tacked on with the renew of the Metroid Prime trademark, maybe all this is pointing to something. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the coming months. Maybe there'll be an announcement for a new Metroid in a Nintendo Direct, or maybe we'll just have to wait until E3 2014 and maybe there'll be an announcement there. Now, as a way to get 3DS owners in North America to use StreetPass, because it is a little bit harder to get StreetPass hits if you don't live in a dense area, Nintendo's introduced National StreetPass Weekend, where you can go to a Nintendo Zone location and get some StreetPass hits from someone who lives in another state. And we might be seeing some more events like this in the future. Nintendo's Bill Trinen stated that they really haven't quite decided whether or not to make the National StreetPass Weekend an annual thing or to do it multiple times in a year. They wanted to try the weekend out and see what they can do around it. They are looking at the possibility of doing an international StreetPass Weekend where you'll be able to get StreetPass hits from people like in Japan and Germany and the UK and so on. But they'll just have to find the right weekend that would make sense for everyone globally. So maybe if the National StreetPass Weekend is a success and a lot of people took part in it, maybe they'll decide to do some more events like this in the future. Now, these type of events might not be the only thing we can look forward to in 2014 concerning StreetPass and Nintendo Zone locations, because Bill Trinen also stated that they're battling around with the idea of doing scavenger hunts through these locations, and also about the possibility of having Nintendo-themed crossword puzzles that utilize StreetPass. So if Nintendo figures out a way to get these things to work, maybe we can see these things pop up in 2014. And finally, is that things have been pretty quiet on the way forward front in terms of the release of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on the 3Z Shop. The game was originally scheduled to release in the fall of 2013, but now we're in the middle of December, so it looks like that's not going to be happening anymore. But WayForward has announced a time frame on when we can expect to see this game released, that being from December 21st to March 19th. So there's a very good possibility that it's not going to be releasing in December. It's probably just going to be a 2014 game, and a delay does make sense considering Pirate's Curse is more of a side project for WayForward. They are mainly a work-for-hire type in doing licensed games. But that will bring us to the end of the news roundup. If you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up and add your favorites and all that good stuff. You can stay tuned for more news videos, video reviews, and Ask Nintendo Crazy episodes. I am working on a review for the Wii U eShop title Rush, so you can stay tuned for that in the not too distant future. You can also check out thegamingpixelshow.com to follow along for some more 3DS and Wii U news. But I'll talk to you later in the next video, guys. Bye! And finally, is this things. But now we're in the